All right, let's summarize. First of all, lots of little things. What was the first thing we talked about? Throw it back on you. Ball position, more in the middle. Okay, grip, I noticed your grip was tight to start with. Yeah, just lighter.
Yeah.
Especially for the shorter clubs. What else?
Square.
Yeah, alignment. Okay, squaring up. And that's sneaky too, and that's where your friends, your brother can better see that, because what happens, it sneaks in and you don't even see it.
Right.
In fact, there's the lady on the PGA Tour or the LPGA Tour whose caddy stands there to make sure she's all lined up. What else? Got you more in your fingertips. In fact, that alignment has a lot to do with the way that club comes back. All right.
This alignment?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because if it's set out there, it's more like that. What else? Good things are stance, posture. Oh yeah, we talked about right side, left side, right side, left side. If you were to listen to Ken Venturi, he didn't say much, but he talked about the gaps in the golf swing. And one of the gaps is the one you create when you move away, and the one that you close when you go that way. So just think of that gap. You're creating that gap, and then you're going forward and closing that gap. We talked about, make it artificial. Just spin that freaking foot, get over to here to make a strong finish. Cool, but those are all really little things. But I think you better understand it. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right, get it like a 5-iron in your driver, and let me give you about 3 minutes on ball position, and then just ball position as taught by Frank. Different people say different things, but I'm going to give you my spin on it, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right, 5, and then where's that wedge that you had? All right, and then you pretend you're me over there, and I'm going to stand here in front of the camera. Once you've taught a student how to play or how to swing, ball in the middle, hit down on it, they're going to want to hit different clubs, and they pull out the different clubs and they're different lengths. And how do you handle that? Well, intuitively, yeah, you're going to step further back for that 5-iron. But the other thing I'm going to ask you to do is to widen your stance, but widen it with this right foot. And see what it does to the ball position? It moves it forward, doesn't it? Makes sense? So the wedge would be in here like this. The 5-iron further back, wider stance. By the time you get to the driver, it's the widest stance. In fact, now your head should be basically behind it. Your left arm and golf club should be almost one straight line, because it's the only club that comes down and goes up. Make sense? Now, I've been asked the question, from a wedge to a driver, do I swing different? Ooh, that's an interesting thought. Do you swing different? And I would say the swing is different. The geometry is different. It's not as upright. It's more flat. It's wider, the arc, but do you swing different? I think different, and this is what I want to share with you. I want you to think different. By the time you get to that driver, you need to think 4 S's. Slow, sweep, sweet spot, and square. Slow, especially in that first 18 inches. Nice and slow, very deliberate, nice and low along the ground. JT and I watch people tee off all the time. The people that do this, they're toast.
Yeah.
You know they're not going to hit. But the people that slow and sweep that 18 inches are going to have a marvelous drive. So slow, sweep, especially that first 18 inches. What was the other one? Sweet spot. Hit it on the sweet spot. In fact, what I like about you is you're not swinging out of your shoes, which is nice. You're 75, 85%, which is perfect, because if you miss that sweet spot, you're not going to get any distance. And the last one is square. That's 9 degrees, 9.5 degrees. If you're just a little open or a little closed, you're toast. You're nowhere, you're off the fairway. So the goal is going to be to square that up. And most people, I find, are playing the golf ball back in their middle. They don't have a rat's ass chance of getting it closed. Get it forward to where they're able to close it up, square it up. So don't swing different, but think different. Slow, sweep, sweet spot, and square. My pre-shot routine is different. Everything is different by the time I get to the longer club. That makes sense? Mm-hmm. So try that when you get to the drive. In fact, if you want to hit some fives and then tee up some drivers, good to go. I got some tees in my pocket. And then we'll end on that. So the fives there. Do I get all this on tape? Does this all come through? Perfect. Yeah, it did. Oh, That's a 5 then, right? Okay. A little bit further back.